Welcome to another episode of Hair Biz Radio with your hosts Zakira and
Mikey.
And today we are going to be talking about this worldwide hair shortage.
Oh, the hair shortage is real.
Yes, it's very real. We're going to kind of go back to the beginning, like the beginning of, I can't even believe, first of all, that it's been almost a year. Like,
actually, it has been just like, I think it actually just COVID started, like the really started was like almost a year ago. Yeah.
Okay. That started almost a year ago, but like people in the US actually taking it serious, maybe like February, March.
What are you talking about? I'm going across country and like no one's wearing a mask. Well, who's taking it serious? These guys are killing me.
When?
Look, in Atlanta, everyone wears a mask. When you go outside, people are just like, no mask. They're looking at me like I'm crazy because I got my nice mask on. Yes, it's really weird.
Yeah, so I've been in like this bubble for like the whole year. I'm having literally itches that I haven't gone out the country anywhere this year.
Oh, out the country, hey?
Yeah, every year I try to do an out the country
trip.
Do. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, that's all good. So yeah, no, the hair shortage, you know, really, if you think about when it really started, was when COVID really hit, and it was right before Chinese New Year, and then Chinese New Year happened.
February.
Yeah,
okay.
That was almost a disaster for us.
That was almost a year. 3 months will be a year.
And that was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting time because that's when all shipping stopped. Everything stopped. No one knew anything about what was going on and everything.
Everything was still like secret, like, you know.
Yeah, it was crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then I can tell you that it was going into right before Chinese New Year, which we knew, COVID or not, everything shuts down.
Yeah.
And technically everything was shut down in China. Mm-hmm. And somehow I convinced my ride or die team to go into the office, and I just said, they said, what do you need? I said, ship everything you can. Just fill up as many boxes, figure out how to get it in the country, just ship everything.
Yeah. And that kind of attests to building relationships. Like,
that was done because of relationships, because no one else was getting hair.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we got that hair out of the country, and it was a lot. It was, I think, almost 20 of those large boxes that are like 50, about 1,000 pounds of hair.
Whew.
You know, so that showed up. I remember taking a photo of it, and people were probably like, what is he talking about? But I took a photo. I was like, I did the impossible.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I did the impossible here. Like, that was crazy. And that kept us going for, you know, helped for a couple of weeks to after Chinese New Year. Mm-hmm. And I knew it was going to happen because I talked to my friends, you know, overseas every day. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay, so what's going to go first? And then it was like, there was the talk of the hand-tied products. Okay, so I knew the hand-tied products was going to be a problem. I knew COVID wasn't getting solved anytime soon because our president and whoever is like not real serious about it.
Yeah, the hand-tied products being the frontals and the closures.
Frontals, closures, full lace wigs, lace front wigs. Those are kind of like, but those are important pieces.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Not just like a bundle. Mm-hmm. So there was going to be like, I said, okay, this is probably going to happen. Okay, so what happened was, I just started buying. Remember when I was buying everyone out?
Yeah.
I literally was buying everyone out of their closures frontals. And I had probably one of the biggest, definitely the biggest stockpile in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But like my stockpile was massive.
Through the roof.
So after the stockpile was massive, that's when I started announcing like in our Facebook group, hey guys, there's going to be a serious closure frontal wig shortage. I'm just giving you heads up.
Yeah.
You know, we did the best we could to prepare because, you know, think about how many thousands of hair companies rely on us.
A lot.
Right? So if we ran out the same time everyone else ran out, like, what are we doing? Like, this was really important to me to make sure that our drop shippers and everybody was covered. Right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of crazy. That was a crazy time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think like I saw a lot of people in the hair business group, like literally going crazy. Like, what are we gonna do, Mikey? What's the plan? Like,
I had the plan, but I couldn't necessarily tell the plan because obviously we have 34,000 plus people in the group.
Right.
I would say most people aren't really our client, right? Because that's 34,000 is a lot of people, right? But we have thousands of clients in there, but not 34,000 clients, right? So I didn't want to necessarily give too much information. Like a lot of the information I give when people get it, it's very new to the industry.
Yeah.
But it's a couple months old for me.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm always trying to stay 3 months, 4 months, and then some of the big picture stuff that I don't talk about a year or 2 years ahead, right? So I knew with the closures frontals, this was going to happen. Then the prices started going up.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started sending my team in China to all the different places just to buy. I was like, just buy everybody out. Buy everything. And they're like, oh, the price went up. And I'm thinking the price went up now, but what's the price going to be later?
A few months.
Because they're worried about getting it for me, right? And then us not being able to sell it. And we know our clients, they're going to need closures, frontals, and wigs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even if the price went up, which it did, they still need these products. It's not like if it goes up, $20, $30 a piece that they're not going to start using closures and frontals anymore.
Yeah. So putting into context the fact that why our prices went up is because prices everywhere went up.
Prices everywhere. But relative, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, what happened in about May, I was like, the light bulb came on and I said, okay, guys, we have a really serious problem here.
Yeah.
Because, all the old production of all these products, it's going to dry up.
Mm-hmm.
And things aren't getting any better. As a matter of fact, they're getting worse.
Yeah.
Right? I said, look, I know this is probably going to cost a lot of money to do, but let's start manufacturing. Let's create our own in-house manufacturing for these products. Okay? So that started, and that took like months to set up. We're talking big. I have like the videos and stuff that I don't share with anybody. I could show you, but like I don't post them online. Or I don't text them to people. Like this is all very private stuff, obviously. But it's like massive warehouse with like the bright lights so you can see, because the craftsmanship to make these products. I don't really think, even the people that wear them, I don't think they realize how difficult it is to ventilate these wefts or like the hairlines and the products and everything.
And it takes how long for one person to make one?
A skilled worker, like someone that's been doing this for years, to make a full lace one full lace wig takes 40 hours.
Think about like that's 1 week
for one
wig.
How many we sell hundreds of wigs a day. Whew. How many people is that?
That's hundreds of people. Right?
That is like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I knew they were a little reluctant because they're like, okay, the production cost is going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
I said, yes, but it's better to have this at this elevated price than not have it at all.
Right. Now it's scarce and people want it, so we can sell it anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, that's why when people are like, I'm getting a message, Mikey, how the hell do you have HD wigs right now? Nobody has HD wigs. How do you have blonde wig? All these people with these huge followings. I know my following is, I might break 2,000 and next year. My goal is to break 2,000 followers on Instagram.
This is your personal Instagram.
That's my personal. People with these huge followings are like so excited because they got like 30 blonde wigs from their vendor. And I'm like, 30 blonde wigs? And they're like, this has to last a week or two. I'm like, 30 blonde, that's it?
That's it?
I mean, no, but really, this is like the blonde went into production, the HD. Now, what you'll notice is there's going to be somewhat of a shortage of the shorter products. So someone in the Facebook group was asking today, is like, where's all the bobs? Where are all the bobs? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, the production cost, we're not talking the raw material cost, meaning like the actual hair. Mm-hmm. So you have the shorter hair and longer hair to make longer wigs, right?
Yeah.
So that stayed the same. But it costs somebody's time the same to make a 10-inch wig or a 26-inch wig, okay? And let's just, I'm throwing numbers out there. Let's just say the production cost for a 10-inch wig is $50. Well, private label extensions used to sell 10-inch wigs for $50, right? So building that $50 into a 10-inch wig is really painful.
Yeah.
It's very difficult from a number base where it costs more now just to make than what we used to sell it for.
Yeah.
Now, a 26-inch wig, that might be $250, $300. To add $50 on top of that,
It's not as bad.
you feel it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't hurt as bad.
It's not like a deep cut.
Yeah, it's not too deep of a cut.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's why from production, I said, okay, let's do 20 inches and up.
That makes
Closures,
sense.
frontals, let's focus on 18 and 20 inch, right? So that way, we can build that cost into it a little bit more, and then focus on having products that people want is really important.
Yep. So what do you think about where we are now? What does the HD frontal and closure kind of look like? Because we have limited quantities now, and we kind of get them every so often, but in the future, within the next 3 to 5 months, what does the scarcity look like, or will they still be scarce? Or
for us, honestly, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Like, we're good.
Yeah.
A lot, and that's why, business wise, this whole fiasco has been great for private label extensions.
Yeah.
Because of all the planning that went involved. Like, I am like, I'm on this, all the relationships. I'm on this all day because I think about like what's involved. What's we have so much skin in the game.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of other companies are having a lot of issues getting products because I make sure that we buy them all.
If you're wondering why there are no products left, Mikey's the guy.
I'm greedy, right? Because now we have so many clients that need this stuff and rely on us. And what are we doing right now? We're opening up 3 stores: Charlotte, Detroit, Lithonia, 3 major markets.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to be really crazy then.
It's about to be chitty, chitty, bang, bang.
Exactly. So think about that,
Yeah.
right? So I think moving forward, we're going to be okay. Production speeding up, as far as HD and blonde, and I'm real particular, I'm switching actually a lot of the production from a standard lace to transparent lace. That's something. So now we're having a bunch of transparent products coming in.
Yeah, a lot of people will love that.
Yeah, they're so excited about that. So we're doing that. So we're going to be okay. The market as a whole is still going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, right? So people are like, oh, the vaccine's coming and all this kind of stuff. And I said, yes, but you also just don't 100% understand manufacturing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say January 1st, all normal production started, right? Which it's not January 1st, but let's just say it did start January 1st. You have to, with the sourcing of raw materials, getting everyone back in the groove. I said it takes 40 hours to make one wig.
Yeah.
Right? So think about the tens of thousands of wigs, frontals, closures, everything that's needed. Okay. Then you have to, style the products, which can take a couple days for the different hairstyles, like deep wave, water wave, all the stuff, all the textures. I would say it's a minimum before the first kind of steady flow is going to be 90 days.
Whew, it's another 3 months.
Another minimum. That's if it's January 1st.
Yeah.
90 days. That's a long time.
Yeah. So basically, if you don't use private label extensions as your vendor, you still may have some trouble getting these HD transparent products.
Yeah. And other people are a little bit behind us and kind of doing more in-house manufacturing like this. So, it's not like private label is the only one that has it.
Yeah.
But I can say for like our price point and our supply.
Yeah. We're up there.
We're top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3. I mean, that same goes, this is not segueing into a different conversation, but that kind of goes for the long hair, right? Like you can see over the last year.
Oh, yeah.
Basically who we're starting to work with for this long hair and the stylist that, this is for, we're talking like 9-figure Instagram following celebrities. 9 figures, guys. That's not, 10 million, 20 million. That's 100 million plus.
Yeah.
Celebrities are wearing from my private collection that people are like, oh, how can I get your private collection? I'm like, do you have my phone number? They're like, no. I'm like, can't get it.
What's this private collection?
No, the private collection, because you can only get so limited.
Yeah.
And I'm getting basically anything that hits the market. I said, I want all of it.
Yeah.
Right. There's no question. If it's 50 inches and above, if it's raw hair, even if it's just machine Remy hair, 50 inches above, I want all of it. Take it all. I actually have, it's going to be here in about a week or two, probably some of the most hard to get rare bundles in the U.S. coming into the U.S. in 2020, probably some of the longest bundles, most perfect, beautiful hair in 2020.
What inch is that?
It's the 67.
Okay.
So we've had up to like the 60s. The 60s, some pretty big people wore those 60s.
Yeah.
So we had the 60s, but like adding a whole nother more than half foot on top of that, literally impossible these days.
Woo. People love the long hair, especially for photo shoots, video shoots.
It's not something you wear every day.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. And, you know, so that's kind of like, that's kind of been the thing is like, it's all done through referrals.
Yeah.
You know, the showroom, they don't know who the people are. Like these clients, they're just texting me directly. So that's been kind of fun during the shortage. And, it's going to take a while for things to get back to normal. Yeah,
I think so too. So when we talk about preparation, what are some ways that people can prepare for the shortage lasting a little longer than it already has?
Simple, plan ahead.
Yeah.
And you know, it's tough, just to be honest, it's tough telling our customer and client base to plan ahead because we know
we've had last minute.
We've had people literally calling us and say, my wedding's tomorrow and I haven't got the hair yet. Can you get it to me by tomorrow? And I'm like, your wedding? Like, what?
Yeah.
You know, like obviously hair is such a huge part of a wedding. And I'm just like, okay, so planning ahead, that's huge.
Yeah.
Having some hair on hand, if you can afford it. Now, I understand it's expensive. That's why our drop shipping program is so successful. If you can have some hair on hand, that can be really helpful because shipping still in the U.S. or coming from overseas is still delayed.
Yeah.
That's not back to normal.
At all.
Until more of these flights happen, which is not going to happen this year. It's not going to get back to normal. So you got to think about that. It's really about planning. It's all about planning. You know, the reason why we were in a good position this year is planning. Yeah. So it's not too late to start planning. Do the best you can. It's just think ahead.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to make sure you're getting these products ahead. If it shows up early,
amazing.
Oh my God, it showed up early. Like, but expected to show up late. So plan way ahead.
Yeah. And
that's really the key.
I think when it all started, you did like a phenomenal job at like when I think as soon as you heard, you were like, all right, guys, this is what we got to do. This is what we're looking at. I'm doing this. Let's do
I remember that meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like a come to Jesus. It wasn't an easy meeting, but I was like, okay, guys, this is what we got to plan for.
Yeah.
Like if it really gets really
like
bad.
Like just in case. Yeah.
Like this is worst case scenario. You know, my girlfriend's crying. I'm like, you know, our sick apartment. I'm like, we might have to move out. And she's like, starts crying. And it's like, she's like, you know, I don't want to be homeless. And I'm like, we're not going to be homeless, you know, but it's like, you just gotta, we didn't know no one knew.
Yeah, for sure.
No one knew. And it literally, sales fell off a cliff the second week of March. And what was scary for me was I planned so well for tax season, which is the third week of February going into March. We were so inventory heavy to prepare for tax season and cash poor, right? So which is everything is the best place to be, and usually for tax season.
Yeah.
So we were in a scary place. You know, I was like, guys, we need to move some of this hair and get some money in the bank.
Yeah, but we did really well.
Well, it fell off the cliff for 2 weeks and then slowly just started to ramp back up.
Yeah.
And then online sales, when everything shut down, the country shut down, online sales were so booming. There was many nights we were here till 10, 11, midnight packing orders.
Yeah. And that a lot of people got those stimulus checks.
That stimulus.
And that stimulus check, they were spending it all on hair.
I think there's a reason why the owners of like, what is it, Gucci and all that, like, or Louis Vuitton, I forgot the symbol. They're like, their wealth this year just unfair. I mean, so many people, the Gucci stores had a line, you know, had a line because it was a lot of extra money for people that still had their jobs.
Right.
Because it did help the economy. Think about the economy got boosted from it. So, I mean, I don't know where it's going to go for the next few months. I'm still being very careful about things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm opening up these 3 stores, but like in Lithonia, I'm doing the tile floor, but I'm not hooking up the ceiling. Yeah. Right. Normally I would go in, change out the lights, change out the ceiling tiles, all that stuff. And I'm like, let's be a little more conservative.
Yeah.
Let's get through some of this mess. And then we can, you know, at another time, do that.
Slowly, gradually do it.
You know, we talked about that a little bit in one of the previous episodes about opening up a hair store. You know, sometimes you got to be a little conservative. Get the things done that have to be done before you open like a tile floor. You don't want to do the tile floor, you know, 6 months later because you got to shut down for a while.
Yeah.
You know, but so yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah.
Crazy year.
Hopefully COVID goes away pretty soon. They talk about the vaccines and stuff. I don't want that vaccine.
Look, stick me with a needle. I got to go work in China for a month. So you can stick me because I'm not getting quarantined over there.
That would be so unfun.
Look, if you've seen the bathrooms over there and like if you stay at a 5-star hotel, you're okay. But if you stay at a normal hotel in China, not doing it.
Bugs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, not doing it. I wouldn't eat for 2 weeks. I'd be coming back high school skinny.
Super skinny.
Yep.
Super skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this was a good episode just because a lot of people have been asking like what's going on. People aren't knowledgeable about what's happening. People just want to know. They want to know like what does this mean for my business? So that was some really great insight that people could walk away with and kind of breathe like, okay.
Yeah. But you know, when things do let up, don't let up on your business.
For sure.
You know, like
keep your foot on the gas.
I can say we pushed so hard this year, so hard. And the reason why I'm doing these 3 stores is I'm trying to time it. And if I time it right, it's going to be glorious. But I could be timing it wrong. When we get out of COVID and we have these stores kind of starting to go and everything starts getting kind of quasi back to normal, whatever normal is going to be, could be good. But you got to work so hard right now. I know it's discouraging. I know it's tough. I know we're losing friends and family members and everything else. But like, you gotta just stay pushing hard for your business right now.
Yeah, for sure. So we hope this was helpful for you guys. Again, if you have any questions, leave us a comment. Let us know how this has been helping you in your business. Like, comment, subscribe on everything. Check us out on YouTube if you're visual and you want to see the podcast live.
I know you want to check me out. Don't lie. Look at that silence. Maybe not, though. I tried it.
Cricket.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, I've eaten a cricket, so it's all good.
Eesh.
Good protein.
Okay. All right. So make sure you guys check us out. Download the podcast. This helps us for future ratings, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be back with another episode soon. Thanks for tuning in to Hair Biz Radio.
Bye.